everybody, and welcome to Baz on Blades. My name is Baz, and I talk about blades. Unfortunately, today we will not be talking about blades. We're going to be talking about some drama going on here in the knife enthusiast community and in the knife content creator community. I want to preface this video by saying I am not personally involved in this situation. This is an opinion piece only. Please, this is opinion, okay? I was not even aware of this situation. Probably many of you were aware of it before I was. I want to say thank you to my man on the street, Jeffrey Orthopedic, for bringing this to my attention. Otherwise, I would not have known about it because I do not follow any content creator within the knife community. I learned a long time ago I really wasn't interested in following anybody, and we'll talk about that a little bit later in the video. What we're going to talk about after I drink this cold beer here, let's drink this first. And I want to say my face looks really red. I feel flushed. I've probably got the COVID-42 and I'm going to be dying any second here. And I totally expect if I die in the middle of this video that you guys at least will spread it around and it will be the most watched video that I've ever had. But I got I've turned my air conditioning and stuff off, and I've got like multiple lights going on here, and I'm just freaking hot. It's just fucking hot, guys. So anyway, I'm not personally involved in this situation, but I'm going to talk about it a little bit, and then we're going to spend most of this video talking about why I think things like this happen. We are, of course, going to talk about the ongoing situation with Brian over at Slicey Dicey. Again, I'm not personally involved in this. I don't give a flying fuck about any of this other than the harm that it could do to the community, because enthusiast communities are so very fragile and they are damaged by this type of thing. Apparently, now I've done a few hours of research here, and I've watched all the videos, and I've seen the screenshots of the messaging back and forth and all the complaints. It looks like to me there's a couple of 2 or 3 dozen people out there that have some complaints, and it looks like all of these complaints basically center around theft. There's giveaways where the prizes are never sent out. Manufacturers are giving knives for giveaways where the prizes never go out, and then the knives get sold for profit later. There's donations for multiple different reasons that never come to fruition. Apparently there was something with Knives Illustrated magazine, which I assume is like an online digital thing since nobody prints anything anymore. Where there was content creators there that were supposed to be paid for content and never were. We're not talking about 1 or 2 instances. We're talking about a few dozen instances, and that's not, oops, I made a mistake. That's, oops, I got caught being a thief. And this is what I'm going to say about that. And let me think about how I want to word this. For Brian, this is your chance to be a man about this. And I don't mean just that you have a dick and balls. I mean an actual real man. If this stuff is true, you need to remove yourself from this community before you harm this community. Enthusiast communities live or die from being trustworthy. And if they're not trustworthy, they go the way of the dodo. Okay? I don't want to see that happen in this community because I care about knives. And this community is how we promote knives. That's why I'm here. I'm here to talk about knives as an enthusiast. So if you are stealing from people, no matter whether they're manufacturers, no matter whether it has to do with giveaways or a website or content creators for a magazine, it does not matter. You need to remove yourself from this community before you damage it. If this stuff is being overblown, it's not true or whatever, the people that are bringing these accusations need to do the same. Now, that said, that does not look like what is happening. Again, there's just so many accusations here. I just don't see that it's not true. So, that said, that's what I'm going to say about that. Now we're going to talk about what some of the reasons are that things like this happen within enthusiast communities. After we have a drink of cold beer here. You know, that might be one of the reasons my face is so red, because of the positive effects of cold beer. So there's a couple of reasons that things like this happen within enthusiast communities. The first reason is there are people out there that need to feel important. Maybe they lack a little bit as far as self-esteem goes. I don't know. It's different for individual people. But they need to feel important, and they will do whatever it takes to feel important. And when human beings do whatever it takes to feel important, bad shit happens. Okay, the second reason is money. Money, 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 money. You know the saying that money makes the world go around? That's bullshit. Money pretty much only causes bad things to happen. I think it's pretty much proven. I think it's pretty much proven through the thousands and thousands of years of recorded human history that money makes people do fucked up shit. Okay? They will stick a knife in anybody around them if it means they will get some money. And that applies to enthusiast communities. It very much applies to YouTube, because let's face it, the majority of people on YouTube could care less about what they're talking about. They care about making money. So let's go into and talk about that. Baz on Blades has said this multiple times. I will always occasionally say this. My channel is 100% non-monetized. I am not monetized in any way, ever. I will never have a monetized channel. I have no desire to have a monetized channel. I have a job, a full-time job. I work for a living. I think it is laughable at best, and pathetic, really, that anybody would want to have a channel and make a living off of talking about what other people do. An example of that, let's look here on the review table. I've got the Concept Knives Hazakura, a fine little knife. Review is coming, guys. But this knife, I didn't design this. Now, Baz on Blades didn't design this knife. I didn't make this knife in my shop. Okay? I didn't market this knife. I didn't do anything. You want to know what the totality of my involvement with this knife is? I bought the knife. And then I'll talk about the knife on my YouTube channel. And that's it. That's it. And the truth is that 99.9% of content creators within the knife enthusiast community on YouTube have never made a knife in their life. Okay? They don't make anything. There are a couple, but for the most part, none have ever made anything in their life. They're talking about what other people do. Now, to continue on with Baz on Blades, my channel, not monetized. I don't make money off of talking about other people's products. What my channel is for is, first, it's a hobbyist and enthusiast channel. I love knives. I love finding a knife that just speaks to me. And I want as many people to experience that knife as I can, because I know that it's going to do the same for them, that they're going to see it and they're going to be like, man, I'm glad I heard about this. I love it. That's what I want. That's what you should want for an enthusiast community. The second thing about my channel is it's a networking tool. I have a captive audience for when I make products in my shop. And I'm a little unique as a channel in that I make things myself, whether it's the Damascus pendants that I make, or the pocket crosses that I make out of exotic woods, the knives that I will be making coming up, and they are coming, guys. It's just taking a long time to get all the equipment together. Those are things that I'm going to make with my own hand. Those are the only things that I want to make money off of on my channel. And truth be told, I'll probably never make any money off of them because let's face it, guys, within the custom maker world, you've got to establish a name before you make a damn dime off of it. I'm going to be basically coming out even. So this is never going to be a money thing for me. But money has a tendency to change channels. You can see this. I challenge you, go and find a brand new channel, okay? Somebody that's got 50 subscribers or 100 subscribers, and subscribe to them and start watching their content and watch them grow, from that 50 or 100 subscribers up to the point where they can monetize. And the instant that they monetize, you will start seeing changes in that channel. Decisions that are made in order to have a positive effect on that monetization. And some channels are more extreme than others. And I'll tell you about something that I was personally involved in. There was a pass-around group that I was a part of for a very short time with a bunch of reputable channels, and they seemed like decent people. And I was happy to be part of it because I had a young channel. I needed the exposure. I wanted to build the channel up and all of that. So I joined this pass-around group. And they had a knife from a manufacturer that I was familiar with. I had owned multiple pieces from this manufacturer. And we're talking about knives that, the cheapest knife that I had owned from them was nearly $500. And I had owned knives that were nearly $800 from this manufacturer. So I had some personal experience with them prior to this pass-around. And I was down in the, the lower 2/3 of the pass-around group, so I got to see some of the videos from these other content creators before I ever had the knife in hand. And basically the content was very positive. And it was like, yeah. So I was like, this knife is going to be great. So I got the knife, I bring the box in, I open the box, I look at the knife, and within 30 seconds of looking at this knife, I was like, this is a piece of shit. This knife has got all kinds of manufacturing issues. It's got design issues. It's mechanically flawed. It's aesthetically flawed. It's a piece of shit. And this is a $400 plus knife. I wouldn't have given $100. I had $50 Chinese made knives that were far more quality manufacturing than this knife. There was no way I was going to do a positive review on it. And I have no idea where in the hell these other guys got these positive reviews from. At that point, I was questioning whether any of these other channels actually knew anything about knives. Now, granted, I've got a long, deep background in manufacturing, okay? I've made knives myself. I've got a shop where I make things. Maybe I was seeing things that somebody else didn't see, but I don't think that was it, because there's some flaws that were like neon signs. And then I started thinking, well, why else would they do this? And then I went back and all of these channels were monetized. And I thought, well, maybe they're getting something out of it. They want the view counts. They want the, a relationship with the manufacturer, because maybe in the future they can get something else from the manufacturer. I don't know. I can't see inside of somebody else's head, but it left such a bad taste in my mouth. At that point, I was just like, fuck this. I don't even want to be a part of this. At that point, I almost just deleted my channel and left YouTube. But what I decided to do instead was I just unsubscribed from all knife channels. As far as I know, I am not subscribed to any knife channels, none at all. I'd have to go back and look at my list, whatever, but I don't think I am. I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed because this knife obviously was not what they let on for it to be. And that's when I really started paying attention to the effect that monetization has on channels. And it just, like I say, it left a bad taste in my mouth. And I think coming back to this situation with the Slicey Dicey channel, it looks like to me it has fully to do with money. There may be some aspect of I want to be somebody, because there was a whole lot of, I want to be part of this, and I want to have this live stream, and I want to have so many subscribers, and I want, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on there. All I know is I didn't want that to happen here at Baz on Blades. And if I always have a small channel because I don't review every knife that comes out, that's fine. If one day I just want to give it up, that's fine. I could walk away from this channel right now with no negative repercussions in my life at all, because again, I don't make a dime off of this channel. That is freedom. That is freedom. I can take a knife like this knife, and I'm just using this knife because it's here on the table waiting for review. I can look at this knife and I can say, yeah, but I can also say, there's something about this you guys need to know about. I can also do that, and I don't have to fear any repercussions, because I don't care about being somebody in the community. I don't care about making any money off of it, and that way I'm never going to find myself in a situation where there's giveaways and the prizes are never sent out. Again, right here, guys, there's giveaway prizes that even though the giveaways never happen, the prizes are here for the next giveaway. And that's the way we need to be running our channels here on YouTube within the knife enthusiast community. And it's a damn shame that everybody can't be on board with that. It's a damn shame that we have to talk about something like this. And again, I don't want to turn this into a video about me, because it's not. I'm just using myself as an example on maybe how to avoid situations like this, or why I seem so removed from the community. There's a lot of aspects of enthusiast communities that I don't care for. I've got my Facebook page for Baz on Blades. I don't spend 30 minutes on Facebook in a month. In fact, I doubt that I spend 15 minutes a month on Facebook. And the reason is the enthusiast communities are so freaking negative. I mean, they are extremely, extremely negative. They're so closed-minded and everything. You can never have anything bad to say about anything. The knife I was talking about in the pass around, if I would have gone to their community page and said anything, I would have been ostracized. I would have been ripped apart. I would have been blocked out of it. I would have been run down, and all I was honest. That's it. So, you know, there's no desire here to make money. There's no desire to be part of the group. And those things, I think, are what a channel needs in order to not find themselves in a situation where there's hanky-panky or funny business going on. And I think maybe that Brian over at Slicey Dicey maybe either came in with intentions for something other than just being an enthusiast, or he lost track of things, whatever. But again, closing, I'm going to say, if this stuff is true, Brian, you either need to immediately 110% fix this stuff, or you need to leave the community. That's all there is to it. All right. So we got all kinds of content coming up here at Baz on Blades. Again, it's summertime. Summertime is the worst time for content here. I've got so much to do around my household that takes up my days off. It's just tough to do. I know that's excuses, guys. I know it is. But thank you for your patience. And plenty of content coming up. Hopefully no more of this content. Hopefully, you know, if you want to talk about this, drop down in the comment section. Comments are always welcome. I try to answer every comment in my comment sections. At least for the first few months a video is up. You know, I don't go back and, you know, and hit every comment on a video that's 2 years old. But, you know, I love to interact with my people, you know. So anyway, as always, thank you very much for taking the time to watch one of my videos. God bless all of you, and we will talk to you again.